drama kids. They are absolutely amazing. So I am very excited to welcome you all here today to perform The Big Bad, the trial of the Big Bad Wolf.
Hello, this is Cindy Graham for EFN and Chartered Forest News, reporting live from what should be the trial of the century. In a matter of moments, we're about to see quite possibly the most impressive clash of legal minds this court or this country has ever seen since once upon a time. As many of you already know, Ms. Wolf, the defendant, escaped a criminal sentence for her jail trial for 3 counts of cuffing and puffing with the intent to destroy, 2 counts of attempted murder by ingestion, 1 count of government impersonation, 4 counts of cheap production, and 17 counts of lurking ended in mistrial, the result of a giant falling in the jury room while they were determining the verdict. Now, a number of parties are filing a class action lawsuit against Ms. Wolf in an attempt to obtain some monetary compensation for what they feel has been an infringement on their rights by the now infamous defendant. It seems the counsel for the plaintiffs, the unequaled Mr. Gray Godfather, has entered, accompanied by one of his young clients and the young client's grandmother, Miss Grandmother. Hello, Mr. Gray Godfather. Any words for EFN?
Miss Wolf is a cold, depraved, calculated killer, and it is only her celebrity status in this forest that saves her from criminal punishment and times of criminal punishment. Her behavior is reprehensible and has infringed upon my client's rights to live happily ever after. And as you know, I have always tried to ensure that the people of this forest get the ending they deserve.
Yeah, that wolf is gonna get it. We're gonna string her up by her toes, but all her money goes right here. Then me and Gravity are gonna get a nice new condo with a pool.
Now, dear, have a seat. That is inappropriate behavior for television. We don't want to waste too much time. We can't have this trial going on forever, you know. Mr. Godfather's clerks will turn into mice after midnight tonight.
Yeah, that's lame. You stink.
Well, I never. Ungrateful.
Well, there you have it. Oh. Here comes the other parties filing in against Miss Wolf.
Oh, I like the microphones. They make my voice so loud. Give it thank you.
Yes, the press. Excellent. I, Page 3, am a plaintiff in this case. I'd be happy to provide an interview if need be.
Well, thanks, but
Yes, of course. Well, you see, it all started when...
I didn't say that.
Say, you're Sidney Graham, aren't you? Or remember me? You called Mr. Real Lumberjack Magic last year, didn't you? I won Best in the Flat on most really handsome. Yeah, Bill Woodcutter. That's right. Boy, sure is good to see you again.
It's good to see you too, Mr. Woodcutter. Ready for this year's pageant, are you?
Sure am.
Oh, Sidney Graham, EFN. You two must be...
Oh, I'm just an old shepherd, and this here's my boy. My boy don't know his manners too well, so we're in a bit of a mess, you see, but we don't want no trouble. Just a little bit of cash to pay for the sheep that I lost and his medical bill.
Right, so you must be the boy who cried.
Wolf. Yeah, that's me. What's it to you? Look, I was just trying to have a little fun. Like, frying ants with a magnifying glass, or, blowing squirrels with mitotic explosives?
You shut your mouth, boy. He don't mean none of that. You know, just boys will be boys, right?
Right. Well, here she is herself, the infamous Big Bad Wolf. This is a very tense moment in the courtroom right now. Just feel that tension.
I can hear you over there, you know.
Oh, my deepest apologies, Miss Wolf. Sidney Graham, EFN. I'm covering the trial thing.
Yeah, I guessed.
So, who's your attorney? Where is he?
She, and I don't know, her name's Evil's stepmother. You heard of her? Apparently she's some big, fancy, high-priced lawyer who's been pulled into pro bono work she doesn't want to do. I don't blame her, though, burying another giant. I don't stand a chance today, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you never know. Anything you'd like to say to the viewers out there?
I have nothing to say to the world. The world has
All rise for the Honorable Judge Wise Old Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, they say justice is blind. Well, if justice is blind, and bats are blind, then justice must be a bat, huh? You may be seated.
The renowned Judge Wiseman is presiding over the case today. Judge Mann is known for his wisdom. He's also known to apply his gift as a philosopher to almost any case, and he's also known for his taste for magic beans.
Beans? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to try an individual accused of many heinous acts. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I will ask you to keep in mind an important and difficult concept throughout the many grueling hours of this trial. That concept is that guilty is the opposite of not guilty, and not guilty is the opposite of guilty. Now, shall we get started?
Yeah, Your Honor, sir, I have no counsel.
What? Oh, yes, of course, counsel. Well, where is your counsel? Why is it not here? Did you lose it? Did you check in your pockets? Behind the seat cushions? In the back of the refrigerator?
No, sir, I haven't.
What? You don't have a refrigerator?
That's not what I...
How do you keep your milk fresh? Oh, your counselor. Yes, who is that? That's what Rebecca is? Ah, this is a fun one. Miss Evil Stepmother.
I apologize, Your Honor, everyone. Excuse me, just a second. You need to sit down, you guys. Sit down. Just down. Again, I apologize to everyone.
May I inquire as to why you are late, counselor?
You know what? I think of some excuse, but really forget about it. I'm not into pro bono work, and I'm really not into this case. I'm pretty sure it's doomed to fail. So I was up pretty late last night pulling some things together and yelling at my stepdaughter to clean cinders, fireplace, you know how it is. And then I thought, hey, I'll sleep in a little bit and then grab some breakfast with my colleague and witness over there. And yeah, so that's just how it is. Can we get this started? I've got a hair appointment. I really can't miss that time.
Very well, let's get started.
Objection! Your Honor, I object to the counsel on the part of the defendant's behavior. Clearly she is making a mockery of this courtroom and you are allowing it.
I am? Am I? Oh, well that's not good. Miss Evil Stepmother, some words of wisdom for you. Being late is wrong. Wrong is the opposite of right. Right is the opposite of left. Therefore, if you're late again, I will have to ask you to leave. Now then, court is in session. Oh, yes, thank you. Opening remarks. Mr. Godfather?
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to correct a grave injustice. By chance, this twisted fiend will be spared from the punishment she rightfully deserves. Because she has left my clients hurt, homeless, and frightened, we must take from her everything that we can. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Godfather. Miss Stepmother?
No, I waive it. What? Yeah, I waive it. Thanks, though.
Very well, moving on.
You're not even gonna try? You're not gonna get anything from me? Look, if somebody was gonna do something for you, it sure wouldn't be me. I'm doomed! I'm gonna be robbed blind! You did all of it, didn't you? Yes, but why won't anybody understand?
Mr. Godfather, call your first witness.
Understand what?
Your Honor, I would like to call to the stand Miss Little Red Riding Hood.
What it's like? What it's like to have everybody hate you?
Do the thing with the book.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you Hans Christian Anderson.
Yeah, sure. Maybe I do. What was that?
Red, honey, how are you, dear?
I'd be a whole lot better with that monster's cash.
I see. So, why don't you tell the people on the jury here what what happened between you and the defendant on the day in question.
Well, I was walking through the woods, minding my own business, trying to get to my granny's house because she's old and sick and stuff. When out jumps this horrible, scary wolf, trying to be all nice and stuff, but I know she's creepy, and I'm like, back off, wolf. And she's like, no, I'm all nice and stuff. Why do you take this shortcut or whatever to get to your granny's house? And I'm like, actually, shortcuts are good. I hate walking. It's for losers. So I start walking. She would just make it up, right? Well, it turns out the wolf did make it up. She gave me like a long cut or something so that she could get to my granny's house and eat her.
What? She ate your grandmother? I see. So then what happened next?
Well, she got in her clothes and got in her bed.
Why? What? This is appalling. What sort of perverse reasons could she have had for doing such a thing?
She wanted to trick me into thinking she was my grandmother so that when I got close enough, she ate me!
What? She ate you too? Consumption of a human being is a felony, ladies and gentlemen, and an obvious deprivation of one's basic rights.
Oh, it was terrible! Until Mr. Woodcutter got us out of there. It was so dark and clammy and acidic in there.
It sounds horrible, dear.
Oh, it was! I just can't take it!
There. Why don't you just go and sit back down?
Okay.
Objection! I will cross-examine the witness here.
Oh, but she's so sad.
Yes, she's too sad to be questioned. I am so sorry.
I have a right to cross-examine the witness.
I'm too sad! See?
Yep, under section 12345A-3, extreme sadness may excuse a witness from further testimony.
You just made that up.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, the witness is excused.
What?
I said the witness is excused. Please, sit down, Miss Stepmother. Mr. Godfather, please call your next witness.
I would like to call to the stand Mrs. Grandmother Hood, Your Honor.
Very well. Take your time. Any day now.
I'm gonna mess my hair up.
No one gets paid by the hour, right?
Thank you.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you Hans Christian Anderson.
You betcha.
Thanks, Granny.
I prefer Mrs. Hood, please.
Oh, right. Mrs. Hood. Now, Mrs. Hood, can you tell me, do these things belong to you?
Yes, those are my things.
And what were you wearing the day you encountered the defendant?
These items here.
Anything else?
Just my undies, dear, but you don't need to know about that.
Oh, okay, thanks. And when your granddaughter encountered the defendant, she was wearing these same items as well?
Well, not exactly. I have a spare nightgown and a spare bonnet, but I only have one pair of glasses.
And at this point, she had eaten you, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
So not only did the defendant eat you and your granddaughter, but she made an old woman remove her desperately needed eyeglasses in which she needs to see.
Yes, it was terrible.
There, it sounds terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, not only did the defendant make an old lady remove her eyeglasses, but she ate both clients. And not to mention the ability of her not being able to see would cause some huge psychological strain on Mrs. Hood. That kind of psychological strain she must have endured must have been unthinkable to say the least. Thank you, Mrs. Hood. No further questions.
Thank you, Mr. Godfather. Miss Stepmother, you may examine the witness.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I get to examine this one. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Let's see, Miss Hood, let me ask you this.
Yes?
How did the defendant get you to remove your glasses? Did she just ask you? None of it is in the statement you gave the authorities. Your statement jumps from, the wolf came in, to, she ate me, to, then I was joined by my granddaughter in the wolf's stomach. That's all we get. Now, what happened? Well, I do. And isn't it true you were, in fact, wearing your contact lenses at the time in question?
Yes, I was.
So you were able to see just fine, weren't you?
It's true.
That is very interesting, Mrs. Hood. I think I'm just about done, but I have one more question.
Yes?
What is the carpet in your home made from?
In which room, dear?
Why, your bedroom, obviously.
Wolfskin.
Wolfskin! Very interesting. May I ask who made this?
My late husband and myself?
Very interesting indeed. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Miss Dumbledore. The witness is excused.
Where did that come from? Hey, baby, just because I'm not working too hard on this case doesn't mean I'm still not the best there is.
Take your time.
Again, you know I'm being paid by the hour, right?
I'm not kidding.
Well, that was a stunning turn of events. This case would be proven more of a difficulty than Mr. Godfather than he had planned.
Mr. Godfather, do you have another witness?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. I would like to call to the stand Mr. Bill Woodcutter.
Yes, that's. Do the thanks.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you Hans Christian Anderson?
I do indeed.
Mr. Cutter, Mr. Woodcutter, what do you do for a living?
Well, I am a woodcutter. I cut wood. I also feed lumberjack patents. I want to invest in flannel.
Yeah. So as part of your job, you carry an axe. Is that correct?
Yes, I do. I have it right here.
And are you not licensed to use that axe in cases of emergency?
I am.
And is it not a part of the woodcutter's code, which you are obliged to, is that you are obliged to help people in need?
It is part of the code, and I uphold that part of the code.
I see. So in other words, when you see an emergency in the forest, you are obliged to help quickly and courageously.
Yes, I am.
And you did, sir. Congratulations, sir. You, my friend, are a hero.
Thank you, sir.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Godfather. Miss Dumbledore, your witness.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Woodcutter, let's talk about this woodcutter's code, shall we?
Okay.
How do you know when there's an emergency in the forest that you need to respond to?
Well, normally when I see something that looks wrong, I respond to it.
You see it then, do you? Well now, Mr. Woodcutter, would you care to tell me what prompted you to go into Mrs. Hood's cottage that day? There seems to be nothing in the police report about why you went into the house. Did you hear a scream?
Well, no, not exactly.
Did you see the defendant enter the house and become suspicious?
No, I wasn't. I was snooping around the house.
Snooping? Whatever for?
I was looking for a pie to steal off the windowsill.
A pie to steal? I thought you were a hero.
Well, cutting wood don't pay so good. That's why I do pageants. But you only win the big money if you win first prize. I was hungry.
And then, while you were trying to steal something you saw through the window, what exactly?
I saw that there wolf right there, laying in the bed licking the chops.
I see. And tell me though, how did you know, I mean absolutely know for sure, that Miss Wolf had done anything wrong and that you were justified in cutting her open? Because that is what you did, isn't it? You cut my client open with an axe, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
How did you know you were justified in doing so? Couldn't she have simply been a friend of Mrs. Hood's that you did not know, one who occasionally liked to wear her nightgown?
Well, she's a wolf. Oh.
She is a wolf, and that is the only reason?
Yeah.
No further questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
Very well. The witness is excused.
Another stirring cross-examination by Miss Stepmother.
Silence!
Why don't we go to commercial?
Commercial?
Mr. Godfather, do you have a witness?
Thank you, Your Honor. In fact, I would like to call the three little pigs to the stand.
Objection, you can't call three witnesses at once.
What? But it's essential to my case that we called at one time.
It is?
Well, not exactly. But they do insist on testifying again.
Why is that?
Your Honor, may I approach the bench?
Well, this is unorthodox, but I don't see why not. Counselors, why don't you join us? So what is it?
You see, my siblings, they aren't competent to testify without me.
Why is that?
Immature? No, you could say it. They're dumb. They're too dumb.
Oh. Well, I don't see a problem with that. Miss Stepmother?
I think I'm fine with that.
Very well. Three little pigs, please take the stand. Put your hands on the book. On the book. Raise your hand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you Hans Christian Anderson? Who?
What?
Yes.
Good enough.
Good enough. Now, would each of you please give the court your name? Can you
Tell
come?
the next man your name.
Oh, my name is Oye.
Oh, name? Don't you mean?
Don't worry about it.
My name's 12.
I'm 3.
Very well, oh, name. Now, you please tell me what happened to your house?
Oh, yeah, my house. I built the house, then it fell over. Now I was living in another house.
And how did your house fall over?
A fox threw it down.
A fox? Are you sure it wasn't a wolf?
Ah, a wolf? What's a wolf doing here? He's gonna huff and puff and eat you.
Calm down, calm down. Was that the creature that blew down your house?
Yeah, that was a fox.
Anyway. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, what? Oh, me. Wait, what?
Was that the creature that also blew down your house?
No, I live in a nice house with 1 and 3, and we have a kitchen and a fireplace and a...
No. What happened to your first house?
Oh, why didn't you just ask me that? Yeah, it was her.
The wolf blew down your house?
Oh my gosh, a wolf? Where?
Calm down. Anyways, 3, why don't you tell us what really happened?
Gladly, sir. You see, my siblings and I, we worked together almost our whole lives up until last year, when we decided to move out and build our own homes. Not too far apart, but just far enough to grant a reasonable amount of independence.
I see.
Well, when that blasted, bloated, maniacal wolf came and blew down both my siblings' homes, they ran to my house for protection in fear that she might try to eat them. We were scared as she looked outside our house for days. We barely ate, barely slept, and the hygiene went to the dogs. Look at this hair on my chinny chin chin. I haven't shaved in weeks.
You poor pigs. You poor pig.
It was abominable.
Ladies and gentlemen, my clients were so frightened they couldn't even shave.
And she told us she would huff and puff and blow our house down unless we let her in, and she called us little pigs.
Doesn't everyone?
Well, yes, but she said it in a really mean, nasty sort of way that made it sound like she was trying to demean us. It hurt my feelings immensely.
Your Honor, I have no further questions. I'm too outraged with the defendant's behavior.
Very well. Please have a seat, Mr. Godfather. Miss Stepmother, your witness is.
Oh, Nay, tell me something.
I once tried to pickle my own feet.
What?
I told you.
No, I want you to tell me what your first house was made of.
My first house.
The one you were telling us about earlier.
Oh yeah. Straw.
I see, and you 12.
And me. Oh, I don't know how to count.
What? No, I want you to tell me about your first house. I don't just want you to tell me something random.
But that has nothing to do with the elephant.
No, it doesn't.
And that's okay?
Yes, it's okay. Can you tell me about your first house?
It was made of sticks.
Sticks, I see. And 3, what is the house you all currently reside in, the one that you built? What is it made out of?
Brick.
And it hasn't flown over by means of wolf or anything else?
No, it has not.
And it is up to all of the building codes, I assume.
Yes, what do you take me for?
Now, 3, what about your siblings' homes? Would they have stood up in a are they approved by the zoning board?
No, they are not.
I don't think so. Do you think your siblings' homes would have stood up in a tornado, a hurricane, a windstorm, a stiff breeze?
No, I do not.
But they're very safe and cozy now, are they not?
Yes.
Now, just one more thing.
Yes.
Did my client ever say that she was going to eat you?
No.
No.
How do you know she simply wasn't trying to make sure your homes were safe and secure?
Well, because she,
No further questions.
Thank you, Miss Stepmother. The 3 little pigs, witness are dismissed.
Your Honor, I have one further witness.
Call
I call to the stand Mr. Old Shepherd.
him. Oh boy.
Oh, come on, you walk slower than Granny. No offense.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you Hans Christian Anderson.
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Mr. Shepherd. Now, can you please tell people on the jury what it is you do?
Well, I'm a shepherd. I herd sheep.
Yes. And could you tell us who that boy is?
That's my boy. He watches my sheep sometimes.
I see. And what did he tell you one day?
Oh, there was actually 3 days.
Ah, I see. So why don't you tell us what happened on the 3rd day?
All right. Well, on the 3rd day, the boy cried out that there was a wolf in the field. And the wolf stole some of my sheep and ate them. And then he threw my boy into a tree.
I see.
And you see, no one came to help him because on the 2 days before that,
That's really enough, Mr. Shepherd. Thank you.
okay,
Yes. Your witness. Counselor?
Miss Stepmother, your witness.
I'll be brief, Mr. Shepherd. Why don't you tell us what happened on the first 2 days?
can do, ma'am. On the first day, the boy cried out that there was a wolf. So the whole village came out to see, but there was no wolf. And he did the same thing on the 2nd day. So when he said there was a wolf on the 3rd day, no one done come up to check it out.
I see. So your boy isn't very reliable, is he?
Well, I just...
And no one but the boy actually saw my client steal the sheep or threaten him?
Well, I suppose so.
And if in fact a wolf did steal your sheep and threaten the boy, then how do you know it was this particular wolf? And if you had not seen it, the boy was the only one who saw the wolf in question.
I don't know.
This man's testimony is essentially hearsay, Your Honor.
Ah, I see. Well, why are you still talking to him?
You are excused, Mr. Shepherd.
Your excuse. Don't take too long. Any day now. Anyway, does the counsel of the plaintiffs have any further witnesses to call?
No.
No? Very well. Miss Stepmother.
Yes, the defense would like to call a surprise hostile witness. Then the defense calls the boy who cried wolf.
Object!
Oh boy, this is interesting.
Step up, young man.
I don't want to.
I'm afraid you have to.
Well, fine.
Thank you.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you Hans Christian Anderson.
I guess so.
Very well, tell me something, young man. Did you ever, on any day, see a wolf in the field?
Yeah? Of course I did. The 3rd day, just like the old man said.
All right, why did you pretend the other days?
Because I thought it would be funny. You should have seen all their stupid faces.
And are you certain that the wolf that you saw was my client?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they all look just same fate goes with wolves.
Okay. Are you aware that a emergency prank call is a crime, young man?
Well, as everyone knows, wolves are bad. Big and bad, you know?
But are you aware that it is a crime?
Yeah. What are you driving at, lady?
Everyone knows wolves are big and bad,
Yup.
but not little boys, huh?
Yeah. Someone's always trying to spoil my fun. Listen, I don't need this from you, lady.
Okay then. So you knew you were breaking the law at the time?
Heck yeah.
And you did so anyway, because wolves are naturally bad.
Yeah.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Godfather, any questions?
Look, night go. I gotta go flush some like fish down the toilet.
Wow, you sure are something.
Hey, like, well, yeah, I'm something.
Miss Smetmiller, do you have another witness?
Yes, I'd like to call an expert witness to the stand. The renowned psychiatrist, Miss Muffet. She's the top wolf specialist in the field, with years of hands-on experience in the deep, dark woods.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you Hans Christian Andersen.
No, I don't like swimming.
I'm afraid you must, miss.
Oh, well, I must have my work.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, no.
Why?
I cup it. I need a cup it.
What? Excuse me?
A tuffet, sir. She needs a tuffet.
Oh, yes, Tuffet. Well, someone go get her a Tuffet, please. I don't think anyone knows what they just said. Oh, psychiatrist, I don't know why.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. She's a bit neurotic, but she's the best psychiatrist around. If you have a tuffet anywhere.
What's taking so long?
Miss Muppet requires a,
A tuffet. I cannot sit without a tuffet.
yes, a Tuffet. Like I always say, there is no such thing as good psychiatry without a sturdy Tuffet. What in the name of all that is good and decent is a Tuffet?
I'm not sure. I think she might have made it up. Why don't we just have her stand?
Very well. Miss Muffet, the stand is unable to provide you with a said Tuffet. Do you mind standing?
My legs are tired. I need a tuffet.
Please.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Just sit already! Nice witness.
Well, like I always say, curds and whey, your day's okay.
Of course, Your Honor. In any event, I apologize for the behavior of my witness. May I simply call my final witness?
Go on ahead.
I would like to call Miss Big B. Wolf.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you Hans Christian Andersen.
Miss Wolf, why don't we keep this brief?
Very well.
Could you just tell us what you have to say about all of this?
Yes, I'd like to. I'm not sure where to begin though. I'm a wolf of few words, but here goes. When I was just a cub, I lived a pretty carefree life. I stayed in the cave mostly, played with my brothers and sisters, and Mother brought us home meat every night for dinner. But one day, Mother brought home something different. A human baby. We raised the baby as one of our own, and I loved my sister like she was a wolf herself. But one day, she returned to her people, and I never saw her again. From that day forward, I swore to love and protect animals of different species, and I swore off the activities of usual wolfhood and became a vegan. One day, when I was out looking in a field of sheep for dandelions, a boy started to scream, "Wolf! Wolf! She's taking the sheep! She's going to eat me!" I suddenly became enraged. How could this boy suspect me of doing that exact I had sworn never to do. I tried to tell him that I was a good wolf, but the more I yelled, the angrier I became, because he just kept screaming. I took the sheep and I steered him into the tree. And I ate the sheep that night. After that, I tried to pull my wits together and go back to my old ways, but every time I encountered a creature of another species, he or she would run from me, distrust me, scream or something of the sort. I never meant to hurt anybody, but gradually, I didn't know how else to interact with the world. I turned to life of crime. I did all the things I've been accused of, I admit it. But I only ask that if you take pity on me, that maybe I'll be able to stop. That's all, I guess. Thank you.
Mr. Godfather, any questions?
No, I don't.
Very well.
Wait! Stop the trial! Stop the trial! As I was leaving, I saw on the television the live broadcasting. Sister! What? It's been so long you don't remember me? Oh my! Sister!
What?
The courtroom was thrown into chaos today as a renowned psychiatrist, Miss Muffet, revealed her hidden identity as the defendant's sister. She also showed that she was not born a criminal, but made one simply by the society in which viewed her as such. She asked that if the jury was to show some mercy, she would try to make her ways better. Now we'll take you back to the courtroom where the jury is about to deliver its verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like you to give us a verdict.
They haven't even left the room yet.
We don't have time for that. I always just wish you could always just get on with jury duty. All those juries yapping away and those witnesses crying and those judges. Pah! Don't even get me started.
You're not even gonna send one to deliberate?
No, look at that plan. It's much easier, don't you think? Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm going to impart some words of wisdom for you. Something that may help you along your travels. Like a wise philosopher once said, juries are like submarine sandwiches. They are best with mayo and hot peppers. Now, are you ready? Now, when I raise my gavel, I would like anyone who thinks the defendant is guilty, that's guilty with a J, with a G. Anyone who thinks the defendant, Miss Big B Wolf, is guilty, that's guilty with a J, please applaud now. Thank you. You can sit down now. You can stop clapping now. Thank you. Now, I'd like anyone who thinks the defendant, Miss Big B Wolf, is innocent, that's innocent with the letter I choose not to name right now, please applaud now. Thank you. You can stop. Now, please give me a quick minute while I do some calculations, please. Okay, just carry the 7, add the line, subtract the B and the C, take out that 5. Aha! The jury has reached a conclusion. They find the defendant guilt in the... Wait, I'm not done yet. I'll make... wasn't I meant to subtract the tiger? Then add in the B and C? Or was I going to take out the seal and then add in the star there?
I didn't pass high school math. I can't help you.
Well, I'm stumped. You people don't know how to clap. Hung jury.
This is preposterous.
Now, hold your horses. This is nicer, isn't it? Like my father always said, the good part of a good government is compromise.
That's the first intelligible thing you had to say all day, but it really doesn't apply right now. This is a courtroom. We need a decision.
Yeah, I want my money. I want my money. I want my money.
if my name is not Judge Wise Old Man. And that's with a capital M, thank you. There's no other way around it. We must simply have another trial. That's all there is to it.
Well, she's innocent. Oh, shut it, you crazy puppet thief.
Now, let's all relax. Like a wise philosopher once said, there will always be dust in your vacuum bag, just as there will always be cheese on your pizza. Thank you.
Lesson we're supposed to learn from all this?
Well, it's kind of hard to learn a lesson when the jury is so indecisive.
No, that's not it. Justice is a complicated thing. It's not black or white. It's not good or evil. I think you're a good person, and I'm going to keep fighting for you. Thanks. I hope I can be as good as you think I can. I know you'll try.
Well, looks like I'll be seeing you again in court.
Well, folks, looks like I'm going to be covering another trial. And with that in mind, I best be getting some sleep. This is Cindy Grimm for EFN saying, may your ever afters always be happy.
We're done now.
We're gonna be close to Elias!
Stage people that need to be on stage. Matt,
Hey, Sarah.